What's going on, guys? Kalipis Tech here, coming back at you with another video. This is the beginner's guide to the BLU G91 Pro. In this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks for the phone to help you get more familiar with the device. Now, before we go any further, I do want to remind you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot. But that being said, let's get into the video. So the first thing I want to show you is how to change the wallpaper. This is pretty easy. All you need to do is go to the settings, go to display, and go to wallpaper right here. Now you can choose between photos in your gallery and wallpapers that are already on the phone. There's also a faster and even easier way to do this, and it gives you some other home settings too. All you gotta do is put a finger on the home screen like this and hold it for just a second, and this is gonna come up. You can choose between widgets, effects, wallpapers, launcher settings, all kinds of stuff to really personalize the home screen and make it your own. So the next thing I'm gonna show you is how you can customize the sounds. To me, this is really important because a lot of the time when you get a new phone, all the most annoying sounds are turned on by default. So I'm gonna show you how to turn some of those things off. So we're gonna go to our settings menu once more and go to sound right here. As you can see here, we got the media volume, which is basically if you're listening to music, watching a video, playing a game, something like that, that's what this volume is going to control. Call volume, so this is not the ringtone. This is actually the sound of the earpiece when you're talking on the phone. And that's really all this one is going to do. Ring and notification volume, so this is your ringtone, and this is also for text messages and notifications from apps and that sort of thing. And then alarm volume, that's pretty self-explanatory. Overall, the controls for sounds are pretty easy. We also got vibrate right here. Right now it's set to never vibrate, but you can also change that, so even when the ringtone is on, it'll still vibrate. Now here you can also turn on do not disturb mode. So maybe you're in a meeting or watching a movie or something like that, and you just don't want to get any type of sounds on your phone whatsoever for a certain period of time. This is going to help you out with that. Now the next thing I'm going to show you goes hand in hand with sounds, and that's notifications. Now notifications are just as important as sounds because I feel like a lot of the ones that are on by default aren't really necessary. So we're going to go to apps and notifications right here. Notifications, and we have a few options here. So if you ever get a notification you don't want, you're gonna come here, go to see all from last 7 days, and you'll be able to toggle off whichever ones you don't want notifications from. I suggest doing this sooner rather than later because they can add up and get real annoying real fast. In addition to this, there's also the Android system, which you can't mute. It kind of makes sense, but just in case you're wondering, there's no way to change this. There's also bubbles. I personally like bubbles. Basically, if you're on Facebook Messenger or texting or something like that, you can choose to have conversation bubbles show up on your screen, so it'll be like right here or something. You can move them around wherever you want. And it's basically like a pop-up view for your messages, so you don't have to keep closing out of whatever you're doing and going back to the messaging app to see the conversation. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to auto-rotate the screen. This is a pretty easy function. Basically, in case you don't know what it is, auto-rotating is when you turn the screen to the side and things go into landscape mode. So there are two different ways to turn it on. First, we're going to go to settings, display, and auto-rotate screen right here. Right now it's off, as you can see, and I can turn it right back on. And when it's on, all you got to do is go like this, and it's going to turn everything sideways. Now there's a faster way to toggle it on and off where you don't have to actually go to the settings. All you need to do is open your quick menu, and right here you can turn it off or back on. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to change your screen lock. The screen lock is basically your security on your phone. So for example, I have mine set to PIN right now, and I also have the fingerprint scanner on. So to set all this up, you're going to go to your settings, go to security, and first of all, we got screen lock right here. To change it, you're gonna select this, put in your current PIN, and now you can choose between none, swipe, pattern, PIN, or password. I personally like the PIN the best, but I do encourage you to play around with them and see which one works best for you. In addition to this, we also got the fingerprint scanner and the Face ID, and all you need to do to activate them is go through the on-screen instructions. So for example, for fingerprint, we're gonna go here. It's gonna ask for your PIN, And if you want to set up a new fingerprint, which by the way, you can set up multiple, go ahead and hit add fingerprint, follow the steps on the screen, and you'll be good to go. Now keep in mind that while you can add multiple fingerprints, you can only use one face for Face ID. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the system navigation. As you can see right here, we got the classic Android buttons. Nothing wrong with this, but there's also another system called gesture navigation that has a more modern look and for some people can be a little bit more convenient. So let's take a look at how to do it. We're going to go to our settings, navigation bar right here. And as you can see, we got some options here. First of all, you can rearrange the buttons, switch the back button and the recent apps button, or you can change the background color. So that is basically going to look like this. Or you can switch it to gesture navigation. We're going to go ahead and do that. And as you can see, there are no more buttons, just this little bar. So to go to your home screen, all you got to do is swipe up. To go to your recent apps, drag your finger up from the bottom. And to go back, swipe your finger from left to right or from right to left. Gesture navigation is cool, and I personally think it looks a little nicer, but the buttons are cool too. There's really no right or wrong, so I do recommend playing around with it and seeing which one you like better. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to view the storage information. This phone has a ton of storage with 128 gigabytes of internal storage, and that's not even counting the microSD card expansion, which can make it a whole lot more. And when you have this kind of storage, it can be nice to see what you're using it for. To do this, we're going to go to our settings, system, and storage. As you can see here, we're using about 30 gigs, 24%, and it says what's available as well as what's actually taking up the space. It's pretty cool, and if it ever starts to get full, it's nice to be able to come here to see what's taking up all your space. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to change your screen timeout time. Have you ever been in a situation where you're looking at something on your phone and it falls asleep on you? It's super annoying, and I'm going to show you how to avoid it. So we're going to go to our settings, display, and screen timeout right here. As you can see, I have mine set to the max, but you can have it as short as 15 seconds or as long as 30 minutes. I do recommend playing around with it and finding for yourself which one works best for you, because depending on how you use the phone, it's going to be different for everyone. Now the last thing I'm going to show you is probably the easiest thing you can do with this phone, and that is how to take a screenshot. Such a basic function, but not every phone has the same way to do it. So with this phone, all you need to do is press the power key and the volume down key and hold. The screen's gonna flash, this is gonna show up, and that's pretty much it. Now there's also an alternate way to take a screenshot that, depending on what's going on at the time, can be even easier. So we're gonna activate it by going to settings, intelligent assistance, and turn on 3-finger screenshot. Now all you need to do to take a screenshot, instead of pressing any buttons, is simply go like this. And there you go. It's one of the coolest gesture features I've encountered on a phone, and I'm glad that this phone has it because not every phone does. But this was my beginner's guide for the BLU G91 Pro. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you found these tips and tricks useful as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and as always, I will see you in the next video.